This is a drawing by Robert Rauschenberg called Witness that he did in the 1960s as part of a larger group of drawings called the transfer drawings. Robert Rauschenberg, along with many of the pop artists, were taking imagery and responding to this kind of consumer culture, and they were very much influenced by magazine images and newspapers and the kind of their world being infiltrated by images, as we're all well aware now. Many of the pop artists were taking these images and reappropriating them, taking them out of their original context and arranging them in new artistic ways. This is a really wonderful example of that because Rauschenberg, in technically creating this drawing, he literally took the images, the ink on paper that was in the magazines, and through some solvent and some rubbing, literally took the image from its original context and placed it onto this drawing. He arranged the images in such a way that it has a very loose narrative. You can come into this drawing at any point and start following the images around. Almost all of the markings in this drawing are from his hand through the transfer process. You get the slick imagery from its original context in these high gloss magazines, but you also get the warmth of the artist's hand, and you get kind of that expressionist mark making that's really wonderful. So when you think of a blank page at the start of a drawing, I think of it as a void to be populated with images. And here, Rauschenberg creates all these little pockets of images. There's glasses, a hand holding a teacup, a post box. Some of the images are more recognizable and others are obscured by his mark. So throughout most of my reading of this drawing, I'm reading these little pockets, these little worlds or portals within these images, within a larger void of the blank page. As you kind of come up the drawing, I land on this final note, this one last transferred image and this one line that he drew. And quickly you realize that this is the artist's hand holding the drawing. So it's an image within an image. So what was this deep space that I was getting very close to suddenly compacts, and all of these images push towards me as the viewer, and I have to kind of take a step back.